when you get to a certain level and you can afford real managers, they're going to be like, no, we're not doing this. This is not right. Because the majority of MMA managers are not managers. They're broking agents that work for the UFC. They are not managers whatsoever. When you have one guy who can represent 100 fighters or more, that's ridiculous. How is one guy honestly keeping a fiduciary responsibility to over 100 guys? You can't do it. In the NFL, they limit the number of athletes a manager can manage because there's too many conflict of interest. You end up creating a system where you have brokers instead of managers looking out for the best interest of the athlete. That's exactly what we have. It's one of the biggest things. Like there's nothing more aggravating than somebody being like, oh, well, you shouldn't sign those contracts. You should have your managers taking care of that. And I think the managers work for the freaking promoter. They don't work for you. You might think they do, but they don't. You're paying them, but they don't work for you. They work for the promoter because your career is very tiny compared to their career as a manager. They're not going to fight for you. They're not going to fight for you when they have hundreds of other guys that they're going to crank through over the years and take money from. They're not going to go to bat for you. They're not going to ruin that relationship. They work for them. Get it through your heads, guys. And until you get to that position where you're in a position like Ngannou, you're not going to be able to hire a real manager that is going to be able to do anything. You have no leverage. You have zero leverage. Absolutely zero leverage. Of course, if Dana White is on good terms with your manager is fucking you. Period. If your manager is on good terms with the promoter, your manager is fucking you over. One more time for the people in the back. If the promoter, the fight promoter, your fight promoter is friends or gets along with your manager is fucking you over. He's stealing from you. The manager's role and his job is to be adversarial to the promotion. They should never like your manager. They should never like your manager. They should barely tolerate them.